Okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the TopCup podcast, a weekly conversational podcast where two buds talk out their butts and into their mics and into the internet recording. Fill your cups with some gaming news that you love to hear today. I am today's host, Daniel Arroyo. Alongside me, the yet to be renamed Cup, John Oyavides. John, say
yet to be named.
Yeah, you don't like the good cup, so I'm changing your name.
It's the top cup.
No.
Even Joel was like, I'll approve it. Yeah, I don't need his approval.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm the top cup.
The top cup does not have a place here anymore. Like it is a dead name as far as I see it. And no, that's not a slight against Joel. Joel's now the solo cup. I renamed him. I'm killing the name Top Cup.
Okay, how about this? You can be cup, I'll be top, and together we'll be top cup.
So what you're saying is you're top.
I'm top, yeah.
If you're joining us for the first time, be sure to check us out on podcasting platforms such as Google, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. If you're returning, then welcome back. We'd love to have you. John. First of all, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I just want to add real quickly, I was actually going to say you, and that's why I stuttered when I said that. Because I was like, you could be, and like in my head, and I was like, no, I'm gonna rephrase that. But I'm doing
be
good.
On top.
I'm doing good. I mean, what I've been waiting for like the past few weeks finally happened today, the Xbox event. So, kind of happy, kind of, like in the weird spot where like I'm satisfied, but I'm also not. Now I'm tired.
Yeah. It kind of left a weird taste in our mouth. For those of you who were not able to watch or see Xbox's, God, it's a long fucking name too. Xbox Series X Game Showcase 2020.
But Daniel, is it any longer?
Oh, God.
Then was it super full power Super Saiyan 4 breakthrough or limit break?
Some shit. Limit break. I don't fucking know, but it's giving it a run for his money.
It definitely is.
I woke up at 7:30 this morning so I can make breakfast and properly attend so we can film our first live reaction, which you can see on the channel. I don't want to put it there.
You don't want to put it up here?
I mean, I guess we can, but yeah. So we have our first live reacts to the showcase, which we will like. You see us watching it, but we don't go too in depth into it. But that's what we're doing here. So let's start off with the biggest hitter that they had, which honestly fell a little flat for everyone on the team.
Yeah, it kind of buffed like. It's like when something's satisfying that when you ate it, you feel like, okay, I'm satisfied. It filled I'm not hungry anymore. But it wasn't like the greatest experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't like, it wasn't chef's kiss. It was like Chef Boyardee. Where it's good. Like you're happy, but it's not the greatest thing you ever had.
It's like when I get the atomic from Submarine Center and I expect it to be greatness every time, but it can't. Not everything can be great every time, guys. Otherwise, it just sullies the greatness. So the Halo Infinite, I don't know why I said the Halo Infinite finally gave us some fucking gameplay, and it looks like Halo. Oh, but before that, as they're crawling into the gameplay, there's like a cinematic of them building
right
the Spartan armor, which looked really cool. And I rewatched the trailer, and it shows the new feature, which is a grappling hook being made. And I was like, oh, that was the fucking grappling hook. I thought it was just a piece of armor, but also the person building on the like conveyor belt kind of thing. Microsoft just couldn't fucking help themselves. She was wearing a HoloLens.
Wait, was she? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to go back 2 or 3 times and I was like, that's not a HoloLens. That's so self-indulgent. It's not even funny. But yeah, it's a HoloLens.
Nice. And then Halsey was like talking in the background. Yeah.
So it was all pretty interesting.
Like, I mean, yeah, if anyone watches like our live reaction, watches towards the end, you can kind of see like towards the end we're like our raw impressions of like of the show. So yeah, this is just a little bit more, we've had like it's been like a few hours since then. Had time to process, settle, I guess, come up with a better sense of everything. But yeah,
we were gonna have Brianna on, but she's sleepy.
Yeah, because we don't know what sleep is here in this house, at least not during a normal person's schedule.
But yeah, John. So, what did you think of the first gameplay look of Halo Infinite?
I mean, like, okay, so granted, all we got was just the campaign, or what? Well, I mean, even then, very small
some part of the campaign. Yeah,
some very small part of the campaign. I mean, it looked nice. Like it looks like Halo, It looked like Halo. It felt, felt is being loosely used right here because like we didn't play any gameplay for ourselves. It wasn't a demo that we could play, but it looked like it would feel like Halo. Everything looked about right. It was just more the fact that like, there's so much more to Halo than just the look and how like everything acts together. Cause like every game feels like Halo in some kind of way, maybe 5, like, so I would say maybe a lot of people would argue that Halo 5 is the least Halo of the games. And sure, but it still has Halo. It feels like Halo. It's just more of a more like they were going for an intense, like cinematic, futuristic military kind of style of Halo, which is, I mean, as it is, already sounds like Halo.
It was very much about like building the world outside of Chief.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
And that can be said with like things like Hunt the Truth and all that. Just building a broader world where it doesn't have to involve Chief and it can involve like Locke and his team and it wasn't too much of a far cry away from what Halo is in essence, but it did change a lot, and I feel like it's kind of going in that direction again, just sans the luck.
Yeah, like I've said this once, and I'll say it again. My main complaint with Halo 5 was they did so well in selling everything else. Hunt the Truth was great. Like they really hyped up a lot of Halo, and it made it seem like it was going to be the story, this really interesting story, which it wasn't. It was kind of boring.
It hurt, man.
It really
they did us dirty.
Yeah,
I don't hate the game, but after what happened in 4, they just
4, in my opinion, has probably one of the best stories, and a lot of people will give me shit for it, but like, yes, following underneath it is like Reach and ODST, and then the others. But like in terms of like emotion, character building, world building, stuff like that, I think 4 was
payoffs.
Yeah, I think 4 was probably the best in emotion. But hey, I'm willing to let Infinite take that crown. I just am hoping it, does.
Yeah. One of the interesting changes that are being made is confirming. What? I'm sorry. Something having to do with what was his name? Atriox? Is that
The Banished? Yeah. So
Banished, yeah.
so what this game is bringing in is the Halo Wars series, essentially. Because in Halo Wars 2, the main enemy force that you're fighting is the Banished, which is a group of, I guess, rogue works. Like this group of rogue Covenant used to be Covenant, so a bunch of brutes, elites, grunts, yada yada yada, and they're all following under Atriox. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. But and he's like this crazy huge big motherfucker. And I'm pretty sure he dies at the end of Halo Wars 2. But I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I beat the game. But like those games were always considered part of the universe, but they weren't necessarily like the forefront. So it's interesting to see like, oh, now they're bringing that side of Halo into like the main light.
Yeah, it very much was not in the spotlight as much as a main Halo campaign because it wasn't a first person shooter type of deal. Yep. The Halo Wars games were.
It was a top down RTS.
Yeah.
Real time strategy.
Yeah. So for me, those games, I mean, they appealed to Dominic. You know, he loved Halo Wars, but for me, if I just want Halo, I'm gonna play, Master Chief Collection and Halo 5 and stuff.
Yeah.
So I had no idea who the fuck this was, even in like theorizing and stuff when people were like, oh, it's gonna be him and it's gonna like bring in Halo Wars and stuff, and I just kind of ignored it.
Yeah, I kind of knew it wouldn't be him. I mean, and so they had like a teaser that was out on YouTube for a while, which is like a message, I'm assuming, from the main speaker. I don't even know. We don't know the dude's name. I knew Atriox probably wouldn't be a part of it because like he kept referring to him. He was like, we are his descendants or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. So
like the will of Atriox kind of shit.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so he's not going to be here. I don't remember if he's dead or not, but like, he's not going to be here. He's not going to appear. This is like some other guy. Yeah, no. Speaking on that guy, I got a lot of Gaul,
I think.
Gaul is very Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 vibes.
Yeah, you have this big dude, imposing guy that's like, I'm gonna come for you. And and basically calling out the other person. Like, come at me, chief, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is like cool, but like,
to speak on that for a second, they kind of reminded us what the next generation is going to be about, and it's not the fact that it's very graphic focused; it's more gameplay focused, and this close up look at this new antagonist kind of cemented the fact that they're focusing more on gameplay and not high intensive graphics, because it looked like something off of current gen.
I'm really hoping it was just because of his demo.
Yeah, I hope so too, because it looks like a lot of the textures are not like quite you said during the reacts. Like it looks like a little bit of textures are missing.
No, yeah,
especially in his teeth.
Yeah, in his teeth it was really weird. And that's the other thing. Like the game is also going a different style shading, cell shading, whatever. Like with Halo 4 and 5, you have this really intricate detail, really like military, like the armor plates look like they popped off, like they were attached. This one looks more like Halo 1, 2, and 3, where like it looks like it's one seam kind of thing. Like
Chief's
like the armor.
Chief's visor alone was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
It had the hexagonal pattern like in there.
The armor plates look like they weren't like the shoulder would look like it goes like this in Halo 1, 2, and 3. And 4 and 5, it'd be like, here's the lower body and then like here's the plate on top, we're not really going with that anymore, which sucks. I really love that style. I really loved it.
You've always liked the armor plating type of style for things.
Yeah, like New 52 when that first started, the way they had all. Yeah, I really love that.
Look more like ballistic armor and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking at a picture of Chief right now from Halo Infinite, and it does look a lot smoother, and less bulky than the previous two incarnations. I wonder if it's just new Spartan armor for him. No, it wouldn't be, huh? Because he gets caught floating out in space, right?
Yeah, but like time has passed. Like that's.
I mean, I guess, but it's not like he's like stopping by a fucking UNSC outpost and just getting new armor, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe he gets a new set at some point during the game, but either way. Imagine that shit though. It's like, hey Chief, we're good to see you're alive. So he's like, yeah, of course I'm alive.
Of course I'm alive. I'm Chief.
And it's like, we got some new armor for you. He's like, cool. Is it like this one? I like this one. And it's like, no, it actually looks less cool than that one. It's like, I'll keep this one.
Keep this one. Yeah, like my thing is like, I like it. I like the armor. I think it's fine. If they want to go this new direction, whatever. Like, I'll be content, you know. Graphically, this whole game is kind of, they were going with like the super hyper realistic kind of look. Like, I mean, like you look at the facial animations on Halo 5 and like they damn well look fucking realistic. Like it's really intricate, and it seems like for this one they dialed things back and were more of a creative route instead of this like realism kind of thing. But no,
it looks beautiful either way.
Yeah, getting onto the story though, back to like the main villain. One of my complaints actually, one of my complaints is like, what the fuck about Halo 5 though? Because like Halo 5 left off with like, Cortana's evil, bam, you know,
she's gotta kill everybody.
She's gonna kill everybody, and that was it, you know. And we're like, and she was like, all right, I'm gonna leave, but I'm not done with you. And then it's like, oh shit, you know. And then we have this new one, Chief's doing his own thing, which by the way, again, annoys the shit out of me because it took so long for us to be able to see Blue Team on Halo 5. You're like, fuck yeah, Blue Team. They've never gotten credit. They've only been in the stories. This is fucking amazing. Then you kind of don't really play as them. You play like 3 or 4 missions and you're like, this was fun. And now they're going to be gone, probably, I'm assuming, again. And you're just like, this sucks. I want Blue Team back.
Hopefully we can get back to Blue Team because they did not get their due diligence.
They didn't.
I'm not even a big Halo fan, but goddamn, guys, like you didn't have to do them that dirty.
Like, is that the only time we're ever going to see him again? I guess. Fuck.
And honestly, I'm trying to figure out like to what extent is Chief's new buddy gonna be involved? You know? Yeah,
it looks like he wants to be. He looks like he's supposed to replace Cortana or something in the sense of like your buddy companion. You know?
Mm-hmm. I feel like he's gonna be the guy flying around in the Pelican or chilling on the Pelican and just like, or like fucking cargo ship, whatever the fuck he has. And just like gonna be in Chief's ear in place of Cortana. You know?
Yeah, he's also kind of annoying. like he was getting after Chief in the trailer. He was just like, you were supposed to get me home. I thought I was gonna get home. I'm just like, dude, like, first of all,
I'm not even supposed to be here.
First of all, Master Chief does what the fuck he wants. He has saved the world and universe how many times? You shut the fuck up and you don't bitch, you know? That's
this man had delivered a bomb in space.
Yeah. Like, the other thing is like, it's like,
do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. The other thing is like, he's a fucking military. He doesn't give a shit. Like he has a job to do. He has a mission to do, you know, Suck it up. But yeah, no, I guess like my issue is just like, so what the hell happened with that Cortana story? You know, like,
yeah.
How long has it been since I think they said how long it was. But I feel like it was like a year or two. Hold on. Entertain Daniel.
Yeah. So to kind of speak more on things, I have an article from IGN written by Matt Purslow. Hello, Matt. Thank you for writing the article of all the games that were showcased during the showcase. And he says that Halo Infinite was yeah, so we were getting a look at the new game, and it was followed by footage from Halo Infinite's campaign, which is set on a freely explorable Halo ring that's several times larger than the previous two Halo games combined.
Okay, it is
that's
2 years.
Interesting. 2 years after?
Mm-hmm. 2 years after.
Damn.
Yeah.
So just to get some thoughts on what you were saying, John, I feel like maybe they're just kind of holding on to it until it comes out and, make it a surprise of like, we actually have a badass campaign and it does involve Cortana and stuff. And obviously because it has to, I don't see them just going and ripping the Cortana story out.
Yeah,
like
right.
It never existed.
Like, hey guys, big giant fucking guardians ripped out of the earth and all this shit, and then like everyone was about to be assimilated into the AI tech overlords, and now they didn't. All right, see you in 2 years.
It's just later.
Like, what? Like
oh man,
AIs, because that's the other thing. AIs in the story were supposed to be like, yo, fuck you humans, we out.
Yeah, we're peacing out, guys.
And like AIs at the time are like a big deal. They did almost every single frigate that flies in space is controlled or like at least like has an AI in it to make sure it's like flying steadily and everything. And
everything functions by AI.
Yeah, and then you just have like almost an entire uprising, like the hell, and then. I don't know.
All of a sudden, nothing.
I don't know. I feel like that's the other thing. Because again, they showed gameplay. I wouldn't really say they showed campaign story. We didn't see much. We saw gameplay that happens in a select mission of the story, sure, but that was it. Like it wasn't much. I have two things to say.
It was very Halo.
I have two things to say. One, yes, it was very Halo. He had Halo-looking guns that shot Halo-looking bullets and things at Halo-looking people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe he did some things a few new ways differently. The grappling hook, cool. That's fucking awesome. The verticality, the drop wall, which is fine. It's not. It's
interesting.
It's interesting, but it's nothing completely new. We've had like drop shields and stuff like that before. Mm-hmm. The verticality of the game, that's pretty cool. The whole openness, you get to choose where you want to go, the missions you want to do, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's cool. In terms of the story, what's going on, I don't fucking know. And I think that's like one of the issues is just like, are you guys going to address what happened in Halo 5? Or are you guys going to pretend and like write it off in like one shitty fucking mission about like, oh yeah, it passed. Like, cause if so, fuck off. Because in my head, it's essentially like you're trying to pretend that you didn't make a mistake rather than owning up to a mistake. Or owning up to something that wasn't really that good, that people really didn't like all that much. And that's my issue. I would rather that they take everything that they did, acknowledge it, and actually try to make it better,
if I can interrupt you for a second, what it's kind of giving me similar feelings about how people feel about The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
Like J.J. Abrams came in, basically ignored a fuck ton of things that Rian Johnson did. Mm-hmm. Granted, he also rolled with a lot of things Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi, but a lot of people just did not like The Last Jedi story. and execution. And same goes for Halo 5. It was very badly executed.
Yeah, the story could have been amazing, but yeah, the execution just wasn't that great.
Yeah, and then now, seemingly to us at least, it looks like the whole story of Halo 5 is being ignored.
Yeah,
And
seemingly. Yeah.
Yeah, seemingly ignored, but giving us sort of promise of something better.
And I guess that's
so hopefully turns out well. But
yeah, I was gonna say that's the other thing, like, because it kind of seems like they're doing this whole like Chiefs on his own on a Halo ring with this one guy, and I feel like another part of it is not just Halo 5, they're kind of ignoring Halo 4 and 5, or at least set pieces, UNSC Infinity, the frigate, the spaceship that like everything was taking place on. Like what happened to that? What happened to Sarah Palmer, Lieutenant or Captain Loki, whatever his name is? I can't remember, but like them, because their AI was one of the few, like I think his name's Roland. The AI on that ship was like one of the few that was like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to this crazy bitch with his AI uprising. No, I'm loyal, I'm loyal.
That's the dude that's like dressed like an aviator, right?
Yeah. And,
okay.
and
I remember him. I like
so
him.
you have like a lot of these set pieces and it's just like, what? And like Arbiter, who they brought in at the end of Halo 5. Then the Halo 5 is also like, we need to find Halsey. And then what the hell happened with Halsey? Apparently she made new armor because she talked in the video, I'm assuming. I don't fucking know. It's just, and then like I said, you have Blue Team. They're gone. You brought in Team Osiris, Agent Locke, fucking Bucky, everyone else. They have all these set pieces, and now they're just gone. Seemingly again. We don't know.
Zero mention of the Guardians.
Zero mentions of Guardians. Zero mentions of Cortana, who you would think would be the main antagonist.
Who knows? Maybe she is, and we're just not seeing it at the moment.
Yeah, and then the stories, I think this Daedric dude, or whatever his name is, I forget, from Halo 4. I think he's still alive too.
Joy.
There's just a lot of things that they a lot of set pieces that they brought in that I'm just like, what happened to those? Are they still there? Like, they tried making multiplayer part of the story, which was really unique and interesting. Halo 1 through Reach was more like, it's just fun Halo stuff. You're Spartans and they're fighting each other. Cool. Halo 4 and 5 was more like, hey, we're going to do this thing where it's a holographic room where the Spartans on the UNSC are essentially practicing. They're doing like practice fights and stuff like that. They're doing these fire drills or whatever the hell they want to call them. And that's how they wanted to say what was going on. And that was fine. Sure. Okay, cool. What happened to that? Are we going back to like, it's just fun, random firefight kind of stuff? I don't know.
For the most part, it left us with more questions and concerns than we had previously. And honestly, it was like biting into that space of the donut, It's like, you hope something's there, but once you get on the other side of that bite and your teeth hit air, it's just like, small bit of disappointment.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts?
But to give it to give it some type of praise, it does look beautiful. It still looks like Halo, which is, something that I was intrigued by. There's kind of like,
because it was like this open new thing, or what?
Yeah, like we were being told that it was going to be a bigger playing field. On a bigger Halo on a bigger scope. And what I imagined immediately was Destiny. And I don't know. I mean, I still get a little bit of those vibes, which kind of sucks. But honestly, with the addition of the grappling hook, I'm also getting some like Doom vibes, which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with Doom. The HUD that we see is pretty minimal, and it's still very Halo-esque. I remember you had a problem with the shield regeneration, which is a hexagonal pattern that is very prominent when it comes back.
Yeah. I mean, I just think like because the other ones, the shield coming back was never it was never a centerpiece. It wasn't a big thing. In some of the games, yeah, like it was definitely more prominent than others. But I don't know. It was kind of jarring. I was like, oh, that's new and kind of I mean, I'm sure playing the game, you're going to forget it's even there. Like, I'm not going to pretend like it's there all the time and I hate it. It was just like, oh, that's new and kind of odd. I don't know why they felt the need to make it more than just like a little noise. Or I think because it always was like a quick, very subtle, like flash, of yellow.
Yeah.
Then you knew it. Yeah. So it was just kind of like, oh, I guess that's fine.
Yeah, I'm still gonna hold on to the theory that he has some Forerunner tech now. But who knows where that clip of the gameplay was in the story.
Halo 4, they unlocked genes or some whatever.
Oh yeah, he's a super soldier.
I don't know.
Limit breakthrough.
That's I'm just remembering more things that I'm just like
I just kind of want to play Halo 4.
Yeah, it's just like all these set pieces. And then seemingly, again, I'm using this word so much. And I really hope that they do something with all of them. Honestly, I do. If they do, awesome. Fuck everything I'm saying. But if they don't, it's like they just go and like, yes. It's like when you're playing Monopoly and you know you're going to lose. You just say, fuck it. Flip the board.
Flip the board.
But yeah, no, but other than that, like, I'm sure it's going to be fun. I'm sure it's going to be Halo. Really, at this point, all I can say is I need to see more. I want to see the story. I want to see what's going to be about, who's going to be in the story, what it's going to deal with, because that's how I know whether or not they're going to face the mistakes or, bring back other things. Like, I'm all for like, hey, we want to kind of redo it, like a little tiny reboot, but like, don't like some of us actually like some of the shit you did, Don't just toss them to the winds. But other than that,
Microsoft October's coming pretty fast. So.
Yeah, but other than that, I was also going to say multiplayer. Halo has always been more than just the story. Yeah, next holiday. Multiplayer is a big aspect, the community is a big aspect of the multiplayer. And through the years, it's kind of died down a bit, like Halo 3, Halo Reach, those like playing multiplayer back then with your friends, doing custom games, custom lobbies, the whole like fiesta modes and party modes online where you can play these fun action sack games that aren't just like team deathmatch, That was really fun. The community making maps. I hope all that's back because a lot of it became less Halo and more standard shooter multiplayer towards the Halo 5, which, it had a little bit of Halo left in it, but, it wasn't the same spark. And it seems like they are trying to bring Halo back to the roots. And that's why they're trying to make this one feel a little bit more Halo 1. Because you definitely get that Halo 1 vibe,
Oh, for sure. Even like the color of his armor seems, more pale.
Oh, yeah.
And reminiscent to the Halo Combat Evolved armor.
So all that being said, I'm really hoping I have hopes for it, but I'm also been kind of burned. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe I just want to temper expectations for now because I remember, Halo 5 was coming out. Everything looked awesome. And then it wasn't. My main thing. So, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, my main thing is, honestly, I think they just have a lot of set pieces and I don't think they're going to bring him back. Which is a shame because, like I said, a lot of them were actually pretty interesting. Or the stories that they were trying to build, I think they should see it through. But I have a feeling that they're not. Not because like I don't think that they are like, fuck it, we're not gonna do it. I think honestly it's just like there was a lot. Like they said a lot of pieces, and I don't think they can cover all those pieces. So that's why I'm just like, I'm already gonna temper my expectations with that, let alone everything else. So
yeah, it's gonna be rough.
And like you said, 2 months. We have 2 months to. This was all we have, by the way.
Yeah.
Seemingly 2 months. They say holiday 2020, but we all know it's going to be like November-ish, October, somewhere around there. And it's the end of July. Like we have 2 months, dude.
You only have so much time, Microsoft.
Yeah.
And 343.
And everyone's paying attention because everyone can only stay in home. So like, the hell.
So we're all very much looking forward to something to take our minds off of the fucking world right now. So you got to give us something good. To finally move on from Halo, let's just cover a couple of the games that were also shown during the showcase. They showed State of Decay 3, which the cinematic looked amazing.
It looked good.
There was a weird zombie deer eating a dead bear. I don't know what the fuck had happened there, but
I know it was a wolf. Dope.
It was a wolf?
I thought it was a wolf, wasn't it?
Dead wolf? I don't know.
I think it was a dead wolf.
But it looked pretty cool.
Yeah. State of Decay 2 was good, but very buggy. And it took a while for them to get the Xbox Series X or not Series X, Xbox One X enhanced kind of look where they had to, because like it came out and people were like, this doesn't look that great. And they had to redo it. And a big update. Yeah. Oh yeah. They did a big old graphic overhaul, like mid 2019. But I mean, it was fun. I played it a bit. I enjoyed it, but
it's a pretty small gap between 2 and 3.
Yeah. 1 and 2 took a while. And that's why if you watch our live react, you would know. That's why I said, at first, I thought it might have been State of Decay, but I was like, it can't be. It's way too soon. We just had State of Decay 2. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. But I also think State of Decay 3 may be coming out 2021.
Yes.
No, that might have been another
Possibly.
game later on. But yeah, we'll see. But it was announced for Series X.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these games are 2021.
We also got to look at Forza Motorsports.
They always look beautiful.
Yeah, in-game engine footage, of course. We didn't get any actual gameplay. But
yeah, it looked like the cinematics, though.
It was very cinematic, so I don't know how much of that we can trust. But Forza always looks absolutely beautiful.
They look beautiful. Yeah, they are usually. I was just gonna say they're usually like the hey, look what our graphics can do. Like Forza is like the game to show it off, you know? Where it's this is our graphical flex. Beat this.
Yeah, it's forever and always will be Forza. We got another. We got to look at the game from Rare called Everwild, which is a very interesting looking game, very colorful, very unique art style. Very beautiful animations happening during that cinematic. So that was really cool.
Everwild looked really nice. I remember.
So I might end up playing that just because it looks nice.
Yeah, I only kind of knew of it because of in the pre-show, Alana Pierce was talking about it. Yeah.
All right, and then we got Tell Me Why, which is a very
Life is Strangey.
Very Life is Strange looking game.
We thought it was Life is Strange for like the entire thing.
Yeah, until the fucking title screen came up, and I was actually shocked that it wasn't Life is Strange because it seems like it would definitely fit the bill. But it's about two twins, Tyler and Allison, who explore a supernatural bond.
It seemed like it
looks really cool.
with their mother.
I think it might have been with like a family friend. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It looks very interesting. If you're a fan of Life is Strange, I would definitely look it up.
And Jesse McCartney
we got
makes a return as voice acting.
Jesse McCartney, yeah. We got a pretty big flex from Ori and the Will of the Wisps for the Series X update. So they're going from 60 FPS?
60 FPS, 4K to
120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first confirmed game, I think, to run at 120 at 4K, which is no small feat.
For a game like Ori and the Will of the Wisps, it's just gonna be badass.
Yeah, which makes sense. No, even better. 4K HDR 120. So if you don't already have a TV that can do that, because normally TVs are the only ones that can do that properly, you might want to, and you love Will of the Wisp and you want to see something beautiful. Well, hey, start taking a look at that savings account. Make some calculations.
We also got to look at a new DLC revealed for the Outer Worlds called Peril of Gorgon. It was a very fun trailer, but it's got nothing. Yeah, it's got nothing on the following trailer, which is Grounded.
Grounded, which made the most subtle joke, but most grounded in reality joke the entire time. And I mentioned this also in our reacts, which was they made a joke of the most anticipated game of 2020, Cyberpunk 22. What was it? Oh, it was like I
think it was, if you're looking for the most anticipated game of next generation, look for you're looking for Cyberpunk 2077,
which this game is not. I just like but they write though.
It was very self-aware and it made a lot of jokes and stuff. There was a
they
good
were very
Battletoad.
Grounded.
There's a Battletoad cameo in there, but it's basically, if you've seen the movie Ant Bully or Honey I Shrunk the Kids, you kind of get the idea.
Kind of looks
playing
like
in a lawn, shooting toothpicks with a bow. It's very interesting.
Building like a base.
I'm definitely it looked very Fortnite inspired with the type of building.
And it's from Obsidian, which is interesting because they don't normally they even make the joke, or it's like a game that isn't anything like this company makes. Cause like they made Fallout New Vegas, Pillars of Eternity. There was one more big one. I can't think of it, but they made different style games. So this one's kind of like, oh, this is interesting. Wouldn't expect that. It's like Bungie coming out and going like, hey, we made a Wolfenstein style game, which, okay, maybe that's not the greatest because that's still first person shooter. I don't know anymore. Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. I'm just going to start hitting the bigger beats. Avowed, which is another Obsidian game, is a RPG, first person, and it kind of looked like
Lord of the Rings, Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, it kind of looked Lord of the Rings vibe, but it also ended up having, with the first person feel, kind of a Skyrim kind of feel to it.
With the dude that had the greatest fucking strength of an arrow ever. That thing went through the earth.
Jesus. It was so very interesting. Definitely gonna keep an eye on that one. Senua Saga Hellblade 2 will be, apparently, let's see, Ninja Theory popped in to say has been location scouting. So Senua Saga will be set in a sequel
in Iceland, right?
Yeah, in Iceland, and it looks Iceland. Just if you
Iceland
can
has
find YouTube videos of flyovers of Iceland, then fucking watch it. Jack Black made a very fun appearance for the Psychonauts 2 trailer, which is gonna come out. Psychonauts 2 is slated for 2021, I think.
Okay.
Destiny 2 Beyond Light kind of got me interested in getting back into Destiny because it looks like I can be a fucking ice wizard. But apparently I've missed a lot about Destiny, so we'll see how that goes. Stalker 2, which I don't even know what the fuck Stalker 1 is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Warhammer gave me a nice bit of disappointment because it looked beautiful, and then they're like, it's Warhammer, and I was like, fuck, it's not gonna look anything like this.
Yeah.
The revival of Tetris Effect Connected, slated for holiday 2020. The legend continues, man. People fucking Tetris Effect has like a weird cult following. I don't understand it. I never got to play the original Tetris Effect, but I felt it, you know?
Yeah.
I felt it. The Medium. We got another look at the Medium, which we saw, I believe, last year, right?
We saw that last year, and I think everyone was like, dude, this looks really fucking nice.
It looks so fucking good.
Creepy.
Yeah, and I cannot wait to fucking play that game. Phantasy Star Online 2, new Genesis announced, coming in 2021. Then at the very end, the one more thing, which got me excited, but no one else because no one really cares. But a new Fable game getting announced. We only saw.
You're forgetting Crisis X-Force, right, or something like that.
Did I move on from that? I think I moved on from that.
Yeah, that was one of them.
It looked Crossfire X.
Crossfire, that's what it was. Whatever.
Yeah.
Because that one
looked very.
It looked
very
Call of Duty,
right?
Yeah, like a nice Call of Duty kind of meets. I can't even think of what it is, but it looked really nice.
Like Ghost Recon.
Yeah, Ghost Recon.
Like Ghost Recon Future Soldier kind of thing.
Yeah, I would say Wildlands, but not quite Wildlands, but I don't know. But yeah, Call of Duty meets Ghost Recon. It looks really nice.
I might give it a shot. But yes, I was very, very happy to see Fable being announced because that was interesting. Fable, I go back with Fable. I fucking love Fable 2. I played with it so much. I played the campaign on multiplayer with my nephew like 3 times in a weekend, and it was very fun. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything from the conference. Nothing incredibly amazing. I mean, Halo was interesting to see, but you know our thoughts on that already. Yeah,
not a single game.
Found it a bit lackluster.
Not a single game said anything about Battle Royale, which I think a lot of people were happy about.
Yeah, that was very interesting. But who knows what the future holds for their later conference later in the year, because they pulled the Ubisoft and they're like, we didn't get to everything, but later in the year.
Which is so annoying.
When is later in the year?
Which is, I guarantee we wouldn't have gotten that if it weren't for the fact of our situation. I feel like it's because like, hey, we don't need to go to this expensive like conference that we're essentially like paying for, where we had to pull out all the stops, you know. I think that's why
I'm sure it also gives developers some more time to work on things, showcase. Yeah. Which is really good.
Yeah.
Like take your time with things.
But yeah, it just I mean we're already a little bit past the halfway mark. So that's like your whole later in the year thing is kind of like, where is it? You know? 'Cause like,
yeah,
you guys are right around the corner.
Yeah.
But
a lot of things coming to an end and finding new starts. Honestly.
But as of right now, of the conferences that we've seen, how would you rank them?
Ooh, I'm definitely putting PlayStation on top.
Really?
PlayStation fucking found. No, I'm not gonna say that. PlayStation found like that part on my back that I can't reach, and they're just like, you know, like they got it, man. They fucking got me. Everything with Ratchet and Clank, Horizon. I forgot what else is there. Even all the way down to their animation transitions. Like PlayStation fucking had it, and then the reveal of the PS5. It just, I don't know. They fucking got me in that one, and I feel like Xbox kind of let me down here.
I feel like Xbox was disadvantaged for that though, because they said they showed what their console was like way like in the beginning of the year, so they didn't have like hype to build up for like, oh, what can it be? You know.
You know what, the one piece of hype that they have for their console that they still have in their back pocket? Price point.
Yeah.
They could have revealed price point and maybe the ever so rumored Xbox Series S.
Yeah, the
don't know.
smaller all digital version or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been interesting.
But hey, we got what we got.
Okay, so PlayStation at
Where
the
would you
top.
rank it?
Well, you have like 3 other conferences, man.
Oh, I mean, I guess. Ubisoft was, I guess I put Ubisoft second. Nintendo's mini direct thing was pretty all right, but I think I'll put that one way at the bottom.
Yeah.
Under Xbox.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, mine is personally, I think, what is she doing? Personally, I think PlayStation did really well. And that's not really a surprise. PlayStation does really well all the time with these. But yeah, so Ubisoft, PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Only because I love, I have a soft spot for Ubisoft games. I really loved Assassin's Creed, and I really enjoy Watch Dogs. So, I ain't going to pretend. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not biased. I said that in terms of who did it better, technically, I suppose PlayStation. But Ubisoft, they were it is at. Also, they spent like 10, 20 minutes on each game showing gameplay. So there's that. So it's like...
Yeah.
So
when it comes to substance, like...
Substance, yeah. For the games that they...
Ubisoft definitely takes it.
Yeah. I wonder if we're going to be getting a Bethesda direct. God.
Jesus.
No, they don't have anything to show. Not at all. Oh, right. Because also...
Did EA do anything?
No, not yet. But don't forget, Ubisoft had Far Cry.
True.
And everyone was blown away by that, which understandably. And it made me actually pick up Far Cry 5 again and go like, I should probably finish this. Because I enjoyed it. I just never beat it.
Yeah, I never got to pick up Far Cry, but who knows? Yeah, I need more games to stream anyway. Speaking of streaming, big news in the music world, as well as the streaming world. And if you're a fan of Logic, then you know where this is going. But Logic, one of the biggest rappers in the world for the past like 5 years, he was supposed to retire with
biggest
one of his
and like fastest growing.
I think second, huh?
I said
fastest
biggest
growing?
and fastest. Yeah, like he shot up. Like granted, he's been doing it for years. I'm not denying that, but like his last album, like made him go from like people know him to everyone knows him.
Yeah. And it's still very interesting. And I think his performance, at the VMAs with his 1-800 song was definitely something that put him really high in people's scope.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, because that song was on the radio for the longest time.
Yep.
But yeah, so he's actually fully going to retire from music, and that's very, very interesting.
He's also been very public with it, which is also interesting because no other person really has ever been like, hey, you're only going to get like 1 or 2 more albums, or you're only going to get this for 3 more years, you know? Like he has been very public in the past about like, he's like, no, like this is like a stepping stone in a journey. Like I'm only going to, like, this is only temporary. Like I am only going to do rap for a bit. And then, but I have other goals. I have other things I'm going to be doing, and I want to move on to. So
yeah, and he's definitely holding true to that promise because he announced his final album for the foreseeable future, at least, called No Pressure, and one of his bigger earlier albums. I think his first studio album might have been Under Pressure.
Yeah.
But it might have been the second album. I can't remember. Which is kind of
it was Bobby Tarantino.
Because I do,
right? Was his first one, and then it's Under Pressure, and then Everybody, and then
I have him right here because I am a Logic fan, so I have been for quite a long time, and I owe a lot of that to our homie Vale. Vale, what's up? We miss you, man.
He commented on your Instagram post.
Yeah, I saw.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no.
no, Under Pressure was his first studio album release. Okay.
So
now he's ended it with No Pressure.
Bobby Tarantino was an EP then. Okay.
But I remember hearing Logic's mixtapes because of Vale. And I remember being like, damn, like this is pretty cool. Like I like this. But I never really got into Logic until maybe a year after we moved. I think Bobby Tarantino that was a couple years after. I forgot. God damn. Was it around the time of Oregon? So what was that, like 3 years ago? 4 years ago now?
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
But yeah, out of nowhere, I just kind of picked up Logic again, and I just fell in love, man. And it was maybe a year or two after we moved, I think.
I loved it. What got me into it was like how in Under Pressure, and then Under Pressure. What got me like really hooked was like he had this interesting way of like building a cinematic narrative in song form, which is
very fucking cool.
Oh yeah, because like he took a lot of inspiration. Like he's a big film buff, and he took a lot of inspiration in that. So I was just like, this is so interesting and really fucking cool. But yeah, that's the other thing. And all the music and the end of them, like at the end of Everybody, I think he's like, they were like, oh, have you played like Logic, like the voice actors? They're like, oh, you have anything by Logic? He's like, oh yeah, got whatever, all of his stuff. And he's like, I'll play the other one or whatever. Yeah, his last one. I just remember that. It was like big teasing, like you're getting one more. But
yeah, but I think eventually he changed his mind and he kind of went on a little longer.
No, that was his last one. That was
really?
Yeah, that was at the end of.
Oh shit! It was Everybody, huh?
It was at the end of Everybody where he's like, yeah, his final one, and it's like, oh shit.
Oh, I think it's because he put out something else after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, an EP after that.
Right, but it wasn't like the big.
Oh, thing. Yeah, because he put out Confessions of a Dangerous Mind after that in 2019.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, really? But
that wasn't like the big produced, like published side. Yeah, I
don't know.
Do you think he'll actually stop music altogether, or do you think he'll still come in every once in a while?
I mean, for a musician, it's hard, and
right?
Rapper, whatever,
but there's some musicians.
Whatever you want to call it. He's a musician, yeah. Through and through. So for musicians and creatives in general, it's really hard to put down what you love doing because you do it for a reason. That's because you love it. But he has other priorities at the moment. Aside from the fact that he doesn't really like being called a celebrity. He thinks it's a very dumb word. He is now a father, and if you ever listen to Logic's music, like he very much expresses a lot of his problems that he's had over the years, over the course of his life with family, and now to be there and be a father to provide a amazing life for his child, then he's definitely the type to just be like, look, this is my life now, like this is my world, so my priorities are shifting. And he deserves a break too, because goddamn does that man work.
Oh yeah. No,
he puts his heart and soul into everything he does, and
he's been grinding at it for a while.
Yeah, he just does not stop to take a breath. And there's I forgot what it's called. There's a rap documentary series on Netflix, and the first episode was about Logic. And
I remember it.
And he was like sitting down in his trailer having an interview, and like he just starts breaking down out of nowhere. He's like, fuck, I haven't even taken a breath to think that we're here already. Like, and he just starts crying, and he's like, this is so fucking amazing. I never would have even imagined. And it's like, damn, this dude puts in work, and you can tell how much he throws himself into what he loves. But now that's being a father, and which kind of takes me to my next point, which tying this all together, Logic, he's a huge fucking nerd.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
He loves video games. He loves movies. He loves TV shows. Everything. He works with what's his name? Steve Bloom, who is a very prominent voice actor. Many of you may know him as Tom from Toonami. He has been featured on Logic's albums before, and it's so fucking cool. But he's a nerd through and through.
Yeah,
and
he's made like little guest appearances on a lot of other media. Like I think Rick and Morty, he's made an appearance.
Yeah,
like,
eventually he ended up on Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
which was funny. But yeah, so coming with the territory, he loves playing video games, and he has a history of streaming on Twitch since I believe 2015, and then he kind of left for a little bit, obviously for music stuff, and maybe he just got tired of it. But he officially signed a partner contract with Twitch.
Yeah,
almost, I think the day after, maybe 2 days after announcing his retirement, which was very interesting. And Twitch like publicly was like, basically like, we kept your seat warm. And he's like, all right, cool. Like, cool. And then the next day was like, Logic signs with Twitch. I was like, holy shit. So he's talked a little bit about it, but the thing that I kind of hate when you go through articles and stuff is when you see the tagline, which is obviously kind of like clickbait kind of thing, which is Logic leaves music to stream on Twitch, and it's like that's not at all what's happening. Like that's very clickbait. Like he's not leaving music to stream on Twitch. Like he's leaving music and streaming on Twitch, but he's leaving music for his own reasons, which, you know, one of which is to be a good father to his child.
Yeah. And be more involved.
And a good husband to his wife. Yeah, be more involved. And people saying that, it kind of irks me. It kind of irks me a lot because I hate it, because that's bending the truth so much. But one of the things that kind of seemingly drew him to Twitch, or back to Twitch, was Logic preaches peace, love, and positivity, no matter what. All the way back to even mixtapes, I think. He's always about peace, love, and positivity because he doesn't want to see more hate and vile shit in the world. So he said in an interview, and I thought I had it right here, but he says that he likes how Twitch, how you can moderate Twitch chat in such a way that it can very much keep a lot of the hate out and a lot of the bullshit out. And he feels like the best way to connect with fans, now that he's not going to be doing stuff, and now that we're, you know, in a very unique situation with the coronavirus, that's going to be his way to connect with fans. And he's setting up a weekly schedule, and he's there to just bring people joy. And he said in the interview that he's not there to talk politics. That if you want to know how he feels about the world, then you listen to his music. And that's that. Like, he doesn't want to bring any of that into his streaming, because he wants it to be sort of a safe haven for people, especially people that are going out and protesting, going out and having fights for worthy causes and stuff. He wants his Twitch page to be a place to relax and unwind and just, you know, be there and enjoy content. And that's really cool. That's really cool. I think, you know, most people that retire from what they're known for kind of stay away from things for a little while. Just because, you know, that leaving something that you're so prominent in is gonna draw a lot of attention. So I feel like some people just kind of peace out for a little bit. But Logic is going to Twitch and he wants to interact with his fan base, and he wants to interact with his fan base and the people that I saw.
Okay. Yeah.
And the people that love what he does and stuff, and we're gonna see a very different side of him because he's just gonna let the nerd out, and it's gonna be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, aside from that, his first partner stream is actually today. We already dated the episode earlier in the episode, so I don't really care, but it's today on the 23rd, where he's actually debuting his last album, No Pressure, hours basically before it comes out tomorrow.
It comes out tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah. I was really hoping that I read the social media post correctly and that it was at 11 a.m. Eastern time today, but it's actually 11 p.m. Eastern time. So that's
8.
I'm gonna watch that. That's 8 for us. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna watch that and listen to the album as he plays it. Maybe I can get in the chat. Hopefully that'd be really cool.
It's gonna be flooded.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be flooded.
But it's gonna be just very interesting to see. He posted he's posting a lot more to social media, which is very interesting. We've seen his baby, the mother of his baby, but one of them was his streaming setup, and good God, that wire management is atrocious.
I have yet to see it.
The wire management is atrocious, but it's just like, I guess he's probably just like kind of throwing everything together. So I can't blame him. Whatever. But fuck, man, that really hit me. That really hit me in my soul. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this goes, because this is very unique news nowadays. I mean, aside from Henry Cavill just voluptuously building a PC.
Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's hard to get away from, man.
Yeah,
I just love the edit towards the end where it shows everything, and his fucking thing inside his PC is upside down. Mm-hmm. He's like, wait, and it rewinds. He's like, what was that? And so he has to like go back, take off everything, clean off the glue, and put it back on the right way. It looks really nice, but yeah, I digress. But no, this is to my knowledge, a very unique situation of a very prominent, I'm sorry to say it, celebrity, leaving what they do and then immediately being like, yo, you can at least find me here. I'm going to be doing this,
And even then, just like
on a regular basis,
a celebrity or someone that's prominent in one field, just like leaving it for a completely different one. Normally you have like, because like obviously streaming has blown up over the years.
Oh, yeah.
And you see a lot more,
especially in the last 4 months.
Yeah, and you see a lot more like faces, like big names that have decided, I'm gonna start streaming, and you have or other people that are streamers that are actually becoming big names. So you have like, I don't know his full name. I know him as Lando. He's an F1 racer that just recently won like 3rd place or won his something. He's pretty good in that, but he is also a streamer and he plays games a lot. He plays with a lot of people I watch. You have a person like Trevor May, who's a big streamer. He's a baseball MLB league baseball player. I forget for who. I don't know. You have Brendan Urie, who's also a big streamer. Of course.
Yeah.
And you have and that's another one that's in the music. And you just have like a lot of these big names, a lot of big actors, and musicians and sports players that are been getting into streaming. I was gonna say gaming, but like a lot of them have always been gamers. They just don't really announce it. And you saw this.
They've always been just huge nerds, but now, sorry to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Now we just kind of live in a space where nerds have a fucking free reign of the place. And it's like, yes, I'm a nerd and I'm a wrestler, like Xavier Woods from WWE, huge fucking nerd. Him and his team of New Day come out dressed like fucking Saiyans. And it's like, what
I've seen that.
the fuck is happening here?
Yeah.
And it's so awesome to see nerds
that's not a nerd.
being able to.
That's a fucking weeb, Daniel.
Fucking weeb. It's so awesome to see the fact that this isn't like something to shun anymore. You know, it's like playing video games isn't like your time. It's yes, Sean.
I can't hear a single thing you're saying.
Motherfucker.
You need to call up your internet provider and be like, yo, the fuck?
Where'd you lose me?
Something nerd.
Okay, well, nerds have the lay of the land now. It's not something to be ashamed of anymore, you know. And it's really fun because nerds are changing the world, and
Or at the very least, yeah, nerds and like gaming and stuff like that. You know, people are going like, yeah, I like this shit. You know.
And now playing video games isn't mutually exclusive to being a nerd or a geek either. Like that's a whole other side of everything.
Yeah, you saw that with the rise of like Fortnite and stuff like that because it became very popular, and then there were a lot more people that would make references. You know, like these sports players or celebrities would make references to Fortnite. And people were like, "Whoa, you play?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then they're like, but you do this, and they're like, so like, oh, I can't play a fucking game.
Also, he's like, yeah, I can do this, but I can also floss.
Oh God, fuck.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting time to see how this is happening. You know, because streaming on Twitch has become such a interesting tool to connect with the community. Especially now during a time where it's so fucking hard to keep contact with people. Like hell, I've been streaming, and we've said this before. And I never ever had an interest in doing Twitch streams, but now it just seems like a nice way to connect with people. I mean, it has something to do with me being a content creator, but also it's nice to provide a like Logic wants, you know, it's nice to provide a space where people can just sit down and enjoy what you're saying, or, you know, have a conversation with you while you're playing a game, or maybe they just want to watch the game.
Yeah.
And tell you suck. Yeah. You know, like it's interesting.
Or just sit down and talk.
Medium.
Or
just sit down and talk.
Yeah, like because just chatting is also just a big problem, I think, for people just like knowing. I can understand the streamers not liking just chatting as much, or celebrities, because I've seen some stuff where some celebrities are like, look, I want to do streaming. I really do. But there are a lot of creepy people out there and they're stalkers, and I don't want to deal with that. I know Mark Hoppus for sure has that point of view because he loved doing it. Mark Hoppus.
Good God. Speaking of, yep, Blink-182,
yeah, basis from Blink. Yeah.
Speaking of weird shit happening to streamers, have you seen the trailer or reacts to the trailer for a game where you play a mod for a streamer girl?
Yeah, that
was
unsettling.
Powerfully cringy.
Yeah, it was
powerfully cringy.
Yeah, no, it was
like
I don't know. It's just some, and you know, it's kind of bad because I don't usually say this.
At first, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, you know, it's kind of bad because I don't usually say this, but it definitely just seemed like nothing more than some male masculinity power trip. Like honestly, that's how I saw it.
Oh yeah. It's someone that made a game that wanted to express their vision of being a hero in the Twitch community, and like no one wants this. It looks so fucking creepy. Like Like you go from being someone in the chat to being a mod to texting this person to hanging out with this person to possibly dating this person.
Yeah.
And giving them love advice and stuff. It was like, that's a huge fucking line to cross.
Yeah. Like, I feel it could have been done a lot better. And maybe the game is better and they just had a really bad Suzu. They had a really bad like way of cutting and stitching together that trailer. But no, like I was just like, I get what you're trying to do, but like poor execution. Like good in theory,
very poor execution,
possibly, but I don't know. Yeah, no, I saw Lana Pierce was also reacting to it, and she had like a very similar point of view where it's like, this is just not quite it. Kind of get what you're trying to do, but like this is not the way you want to show it. And if it is anything like this, not the way you want to do it. It's so no. Yeah. It's just a like power trip fantasy kind of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but word to viewers, don't be a creep.
Yeah.
On Twitch, on the street, in person, just don't be a creep.
That's why I say you don't need mods if you have less than like 50 people or 100 people. Like you can probably handle that on your own. Like, or at the very least, your bot can handle it. Like, because you can have a little bot in your stream. You'll be fine. And if you're going to mod people, probably mod your friends. Perfectly fine. They know you. They know what you like. They know what you don't like. They know what you consider like personal or, or private. So, I mean, if you have a friend that can stop by every once in a while, yeah, just probably have that unless you could pay someone. And, then, yeah, I guess that would work too. Because I know some people are professional modders, but still, I don't know. I'm usually more of a, you're probably better off modding people that you're personally close with, because you don't have to worry about any weird line,
Damn it. Yeah.
Is your you just see your thing?
Yeah, it just froze a little bit, but it's fine. Still, 4 months into.
Huh?
What?
I was gonna say, you entertain. I need to get this cat out. He wants to leave.
4 months into this fucking pandemic, and we still have kinks to work out. But I it's more connection wise than anything. I think I actually may have dropped out a little bit there too. Yeah, no, I'm very happy for Logic. I really am. It's such an interesting milestone. Like I find myself proud of him. I have no idea. I think it's because I've been a fan for quite some time, even though I haven't been a fan for the longest time. It's nice to see his accomplishments and stuff. We're back on Logic, John.
Mm-hmm. Also, I'm hoping
it's nice.
I was gonna say, I'm hoping my chair blocked that form of animal abuse. I accidentally walked by. I didn't realize how close I was, so I'm like carrying Suzu, and like I walked to open the door, and I just feel a little, and I look and I just see Suzu look at me like, because I accidentally bumped his head on the little corner. He just like looked at me like, excuse me. I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. But yeah, Logic, right? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm very. I'll say it's a very interesting milestone for him, and it's weird the sense of pride that I see for him, because I don't know. It seems like he fights so hard to do the thing that he loves, and now he has something new to love, and he gets to focus on other things, and now one of those other things is Twitch streaming, and as soon as I saw that, I immediately went to his page and I followed.
Yeah, so I think like
if I have the.
I was gonna say, yes. I think like what he hasn't even done his first official stream, right? And hold on, I remember his
account has been active for a while.
It has been active, So it's slightly untrue to say this, but okay, yeah. He has currently 127,000 followers. And I've seen some articles go like, oh, he hasn't even streamed yet. He has 27,000 followers. Not 100% true. He has streamed before in the past.
Last live December 14th, 2019.
Yeah. So it's not even that long ago in the past. It's like only 7 months ago, not even a full year ago.
I love how his bio is playing games and being a dad.
Yeah.
That's such a dad fucking thing to say.
Yeah, so it's there is a little bit like it's media, you know, when they're like, oh, he's all of a sudden doing this. And it's like, no, he's been doing this for a while. He's just choosing to do this more actively.
Yeah.
And for like a role and to still get money. Dude, how much do you think they pay him? Fuck.
Oh, fuck. I can't even imagine that contract.
If Ninja got 30 mil, Logic, who's arguably a bigger celebrity because music and shit. Fuck. Goddamn.
And who knows how big his fan base is gonna grow now, being on Twitch, or who knows how well he's gonna do on Twitch. I don't know. Maybe he'll end up with like 54 followers by the end of this. But
maybe
either way, like if you're there, if you're there for Logic. Basically, you know, like at this moment, if you didn't follow his streams before or whatever, then you're gonna go in there for Logic, for the music, of course. But once you get in there for the games, like that might change your perspective of why you're there, and I'm sure it's gonna inspire me to tune in more to his live streams, because then I'll be able to get a better sense of who Logic is as a person. And that's something I feel like, aside from his music, you don't really get to see a lot.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, so I think it's going to be really beneficial for him and the fans, and, you know, Twitch too. But, you know, I don't know. It's not like they need the help at the moment.
Not right now.
Yeah. But no, I'm really happy for him. His baby's cute. It is. I don't know if you've seen it, but
I saw a picture. Yeah, I forget when, but like a week or two ago, I think I saw a picture of him, being yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice transition for him, and I'm really happy for him. Makes me just want to listen to Logic again. And really
I thought you were going to say have a kid.
Makes me want to be a dad.
Fuck. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, how old is Logic?
He's like in his 30s now.
Is he? Okay. Because I was going to say, yeah, some of the people I watch mention how they're looking to be dads already. And like, I always think, I'm like, fuck, man, these guys are old. And then they say their age, and then I'm like, oh, right, they're only 2 years older than me. Cool.
Yeah, he's 30 as of this year.
Yeah, he's only like
January 22nd.
5.5 years older than us.
Yeah, which is fucking wild.
Which isn't that much older when you think about it.
He's as old as my brother, my older brother.
And your brother's had a kid for how long?
Oh, my older brother Adrian, he doesn't have biological kids of his own, but
right.
He's basically a father at this point.
Yeah.
But no, it's interesting to think about that Logic's as old as my older brother.
Yeah. No, it's even for me. See, like that. Yeah, that's like one thing of oof. The second thing, the bigger oof, is when they're like, oh yeah, I want to have a kid, or I think I'm ready for a kid, or I'm at the age for a kid. That one where they're like, I'm at around that age for a kid. I'm like, damn, they're old as fuck. And then like, it's like, I'm only 26 or 27. Then I'm like, like, don't say that. I still go, oh, hey, you know what? Later on, I'll mention something, but it has to do with, I was going to say how I always remember that time where I made that mistake when I went out and bought some beers And they were like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 21. And then I was like, no, I'm not. And they were like, I got you, bitch. And I'm like, I'm 23. I forgot my age and I feel old. Fuck.
I was filling something out. We'll end the show right now, but I was filling something out online, and it's like, how old are you? And I put 24. I'm like, nope, another 2.5 weeks. Not 24 yet, but
right, yeah,
that's weird. It's weird.
Oof.
Yeah,
Oof.
You're 24 now, John.
I've been 24.
I know. Ain't that some shit?
God.
Anyhow, anything else to say, John?
Kill me.
Okay.
End it now. End the suffering. But no, best of luck to Logic, you know.
Definitely.
I hope like he has fun doing streams. I mean, he's done it before, so it's not like it's some completely new to him, you know. So
yeah. And it has been mentioned that he does intend to do a tour for this album, and it will be worldwide when shit is actually not crazy.
Interesting.
But who knows how that's gonna be.
Interesting.
Anyhow, this has been another episode of the Top Cup Podcast. Thank you all for joining us. If you like what you saw, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe here on YouTube. If you'd rather hear our faces instead, just check us out on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on social media. I am at Your Buddy Danny on all social media being Twitter and Instagram. And you can find John at where his hands are, where it says
probably going to be right
at
here.
John Oyevides on Instagram and Klingmite on Twitter. And if you want to follow the social media for the channel as well, we'll be at TopCup Vids for Instagram and Twitter.
I remember
until next time. So until next time, John. I love you, buddy.
I know.
You folks out there, love you too. And see you next time.
See you.
Bye.